Welcome to today's video where we explore a unique and inspiring Buddhist motivation story. We all know how crucial motivation is, don't we? It's that invisible force that propels us forward, that keeps the flame of hope burning bright even in the darkest of times. It's the fuel that drives our dreams, our ambitions, and our lives. Now, stories. They're not just for entertainment. They're powerful tools that carry profound lessons that can change our outlook and shape our lives. Today we delve into a story that, although rooted in Buddhist teachings, holds universal truths. Truths about resilience, about determination, about the strength of the human spirit. This story, my friends, is more than just a tale. It's a journey into the heart of motivation, a journey that promises to inspire and enlighten. So sit back and prepare to be inspired. Our story begins in a small village nestled in the mountains of ancient India. Imagine a place where time seems to stand still, where the air is fresh and clear, and the beauty of nature is all around. This is a place of peace, a haven away from the hustle and bustle of city life. Here, in this tranquil setting, life is simple and unhurried. The villagers go about their daily routines with a calm serenity. There's a rhythm to their lives, a harmony with nature that's been passed down through generations. They work the land, cultivate their crops, and take care of their animals. The sound of laughter and friendly chatter fills the air as they gather around the village well to draw water each morning. In the heart of this village lives a young monk. He's not much different from the rest of the villagers. He too takes part in the daily activities, helping out where he can. But there's something special about this young man. He's chosen a life of simplicity and devotion, dedicating himself to the teachings of Buddha. His days are spent in meditation and study, seeking to understand the mysteries of life and the path to enlightenment. He's well respected in the village, his wisdom and kindness radiating out to everyone he meets. His humble abode, a small hut, is a place of solace for those seeking guidance or a listening ear. The young monk, though content with his peaceful existence, often finds himself gazing out at the distant mountains, a sense of longing in his heart. He's drawn to the idea of a journey, a spiritual quest that might bring him closer to the truths he seeks. He doesn't yet know what form this journey will take, or where it will lead him. He only knows that he feels a calling, a pull towards something greater. And as the sun sets each evening, painting the sky with hues of orange and purple, he dreams of the adventures that lie ahead. Little did he know that a life-changing journey awaited him. The young monk's peaceful life was soon to be disrupted by a daunting challenge. In the heart of the monastery, nestled amongst the serene mountains, the young monk was bestowed with a task that seemed insurmountable. The elder monk, wise with age and experience, presented him with a riddle that had puzzled many before him. "What is the sound of one hand clapping?" he asked, his eyes twinkling with a mixture of mischief and wisdom. The young monk was taken aback. He had been expecting a physical task, perhaps a journey to a distant shrine or a test of endurance. But this was a question that probed the very depths of his understanding, a question that seemed to defy logic and reason. He found himself at a loss for words. His first reaction was disbelief. How could one hand make a sound by itself? It was impossible, wasn't it? And yet he could see in the elder monk's eyes that there was a deeper meaning to his words, a significance beyond the literal interpretation. The young monk spent days and nights in contemplation, pondering over the riddle. He delved into the sacred texts, seeking guidance from the wise words of the Buddha. He meditated under the Bodhi tree, hoping for an enlightenment similar to that experienced by Buddha himself. Yet the answer eluded him. He found himself grappling with feelings of frustration and despair. He questioned his capabilities, his worthiness of the path he had chosen. But amidst all the doubts, a tiny flame of determination continued to flicker within him. He knew he had to face this challenge, not just for himself, but for his commitment to the path of enlightenment. And so, with a heavy heart, he began his journey. He decided to seek the wisdom of the world outside the monastery, hoping to unravel the mystery that had confounded him. This was not just a journey across lands, but a journey into the depths of his own mind and spirit. With a heavy heart, he began his journey. The journey was long and arduous, testing the monk's resolve and faith. Our monk, with his heart filled with determination and his mind imbued with wisdom, set his foot on the path. His journey was not easy. It was strewn with trials and tribulations that would make the strongest of hearts falter. He was challenged by the harshness of nature, the biting cold of the wind, the searing heat of the sun. The mountains were steep, the valleys deep, and the forests dense. But the monk, he was not deterred. He had a purpose, a mission, a goal. He was driven by his unwavering faith in the teachings of Buddha. He knew that life was full of suffering, but it was through this suffering that one could attain enlightenment. He embraced the difficulties, the struggles. He didn't run from them. Instead, he faced them head-on, with courage and resilience. He was often tired, his feet bleeding from the rough paths, his body aching from the constant travel. But he did not complain, he did not question. He accepted the pain, he accepted the struggle. He knew that this was the path he had chosen, this was the path to his goal. There were days when he felt alone, when he missed the warmth of his monastery, the companionship of his fellow monks. There were nights when he felt the chill of isolation, when the silence of the wilderness was deafening. But he found solace in his faith, in his belief. He found strength in the teachings of Buddha, in the wisdom of the scriptures. He meditated, he prayed, he contemplated. He found peace in the midst of chaos. He found calm in the midst of storm. He found light in the darkness. He found hope in despair. He found himself. He faced fear, he faced doubt. He faced despair, he faced defeat, but he did not let them conquer him. He fought them, he overcame them. He transformed them into strength, into courage. He transformed them into wisdom, into enlightenment. He learned, he grew. He understood that the journey was not just about reaching the destination, it was about the journey itself. It was about the lessons learned, the experiences gained, the wisdom acquired. It was about the transformation, the evolution, the growth. He understood that the journey was the destination. He understood that the path was the goal. He understood that the struggle was the victory. He understood that he was the journey, he was the path, he was the struggle, he was the destination, he was the goal, he was the victory. He was the monk, he was the Buddha, he was the student, he was the teacher, he was the seeker, he was the sought. Despite the hardships, he persevered, driven by his unwavering faith and determination. After days of arduous journey, the monk finally reached his destination, but what he found was not what he expected. Our monk friend, having traversed arid deserts, scaled icy mountain peaks, and navigated through dense, impenetrable jungles, arrived at the temple he sought. But instead of the grandeur and spiritual wealth he'd dreamt of, he found the temple in ruin, abandoned long ago. His heart sank. He'd envisioned a place teeming with enlightened beings, where he could learn the secrets of life and the universe. But all he saw was a crumbling edifice, a ghost of its former glory. The disappointment was palpable, the disillusionment profound. But as he stood there, amidst the ruins, he realized something. His quest had always been about the destination, the temple. But the temple had turned out to be a mirage, a phantom of his desires. It dawned on him that the true treasure wasn't the temple, but the journey he'd undertaken to reach it. It was in the journey that he'd pushed his limits, faced his fears, and discovered his strengths. It was the journey that had forged his character, honed his resilience, and taught him the value of perseverance. It was the journey that had shown him the magnificence of the world, the beauty of nature, and the kindness of strangers. He realized that he'd been seeking wisdom in the wrong place. Wisdom wasn't hidden in some distant temple. It was all around him, in every step he'd taken, in every challenge he'd overcome, in every experience he'd had on his journey. The monk understood then that life is not about the destination, but about the journey. It's not about reaching a particular place or achieving a specific goal, but about the experiences we gather, the lessons we learn, and the person we become along the way. He understood that the journey is the teacher, and the traveler is the student. Every step is a lesson, every obstacle a test, every setback an opportunity to grow, and the true treasure is not some external reward, but the wisdom and character we develop through our experiences. This realization was like a bolt of lightning illuminating his mind, dispelling his disillusionment and filling his heart with joy. He'd come in search of wisdom, and he'd found it, not in the temple, but in himself and his journey. He realized that he was not the same person who'd set out on this journey. He was wiser, stronger, more compassionate, more understanding. He had grown and evolved, not despite his journey, but because of it. This was his treasure, this was his wisdom, this was his enlightenment. He didn't need a temple to find it, he'd carried it within him all along. With newfound wisdom, he returned to his village, forever changed. Back in his village, the monk shared his experience and the wisdom he gained. Returning to the comfort of home, the monk's journey had sculpted him into a different person. His eyes now shone with a wisdom that was not there before. His voice carried an authority that resonated with every word he spoke. His journey had not just transformed him, it had given him a story, a tale of perseverance, of courage, and of understanding the mysteries of life. As he began to share his experiences, the villagers listened with rapt attention. They saw the impact of his journey in his demeanor, in his words, and in his actions. They saw a once young and naive monk, now a wise and enlightened teacher. His story was not just a tale to them, it was a metaphor for personal growth, a testament to the power of persistence and determination. Every challenge he faced, every obstacle he overcame, was a lesson for the villagers. They learned that life is not about avoiding hardships, but about facing them head-on, about learning from them, about growing through them. They realized that every struggle, every hardship, is an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to become stronger. The monk's journey was not just his own, it was a journey that the villagers undertook with him. They learned from his experiences, they grew through his wisdom, and they found their own strength in his courage. His journey became a beacon for them, a source of motivation and inspiration. It taught them the power of perseverance, the importance of self-belief, and the beauty of personal growth. And so, the monk's journey did not end with him. It continued in the lives of the villagers, in their actions, in their beliefs, and in their growth. His story was not just a tale, it was a metaphor for life, a testament to the power of perseverance, and a beacon of motivation for all. And so, the young monk's journey became a beacon of motivation for all. This Buddhist motivation story serves as a reminder of the power of faith, determination, and the journey of self-discovery. Each chapter of the monk's journey we've traversed together paints a vivid picture of these themes. Let's take a moment to reflect on the key takeaways. The monk's challenge, seemingly insurmountable at first, was a test of his faith. Yet, instead of yielding to despair, he chose to face it head-on. This teaches us about the strength of belief and the courage to step out of our comfort zones. Next, we journeyed with the monk, witnessing his struggles, his moments of doubt, but also his unwavering determination. It was a journey of self-discovery, of learning to find inner peace amidst chaos, of learning to be patient and persistent. It's a journey that each of us embarks on at different stages in our lives, a journey where the process is just as crucial as the outcome. The monk's realization that the power to overcome his challenge lay within him all along is a powerful lesson for us all. It's a reminder that we too possess the strength to tackle our obstacles, if only we look within and believe in ourselves. The aftermath, where the monk emerged stronger and wiser, serves as an inspiration. It shows us that every challenge we face, every hardship we endure, shapes us, makes us stronger, and brings us one step closer to our own enlightenment. So, as we wrap up this story, let's carry these lessons with us. Let's strive to have faith in our abilities, to be determined in our pursuits, and to treasure the journey of self-discovery. Let's remember that every challenge we face is an opportunity to grow and learn, and that the power to overcome lies within us. Thank you for joining us today. We hope this story has inspired you as much as it has us. Keep believing, keep persevering, and remember, the journey is just as important as the destination.